Hey, welcome back to Mods I Use, Part 2, Tweakeroo. Here is Tweakeroo in the Modernth app. Modernth app is going to be a separate video, but this is where I get all of my mods from and load them into my Minecraft instance. Tweakeroo is a client-side mod. Down here is a list of features, list of tweaks, and a list of yeets. So if you're looking for a full list, here is what that is. We're going to be going over a couple of my favorites in here that I use my SMP. One thing to note, Tweakeroo does have a dependency. I'm going to show you that right now. So Tweakeroo, along with a couple other of my favorite mods, rely on a library called Molylib. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but this is it in Modernth app. And if you download Item Scroller, Lightmatica, Mini HUD, Tell Me, or Tweakeroo, this will be installed as a dependency. So if you see this show up, it's because those mods depend on this to function. All right, with that out of the way, let's get started. One of my favorite things about Tweakeroo is accurate block placement. So here I have pistons. Normally to place pistons, the pistons will face you. But with Tweakeroo, we can do something a little different. Let's say I want pistons to face away from me. I can use accurate block placement to face them away from me, to the left, to the right, in front of me, or I can have it face maybe downwards, because getting pistons to face down is a little tricky in vanilla without an accurate block placement mod. Here's something else I can do. I can do some catty corner stuff, place it like that. Maybe I am trying to bridge somewhere and I want to go down. I can bridge down like a staircase, like so. That is one feature of Tweakeroo. It's one of my favorites and it gets used a lot. In order to configure this, you need to pull up your menu. So the keys I use to pull it up, I think this is the default. I don't think I've changed it, is X and C. So you hold X and press C and this pops up. From here, there's all the mods that rely on Molylib are going to be in this list right here. We went over Lightmatica in my last video. Now we're going over Tweakeroo. So the tweak we just used was called accurate block placement. If you're playing on a server, this will have to be turned on the server side in order for it to work. If you're in a single player world, this will work just fine. Another cool feature we use in Tweakeroo all the time is called hand restock. So I have more netherrack in my inventory up here. I have 15 in my hand. If I was placing some netherrack, I'm starting to run out in my hand. Once I get so low, it'll start to fill back up from my inventory. I'm not sure if you saw that at the bottom there, but that block set went from up here down to here with Tweakeroo. I'll show you again. I will put 10 in my hand down here, or I'll put 15 in my hand. The rest of it goes up here. Once I get so low from placing these, it'll restock my hand with the extras. That saves you time from having to restock your hand yourself because you have it already in your inventory. Now this will not fill your inventory with blocks that you don't have. You have to have it in your inventory for it to restock your hand. It cannot be in a shulker box or your end chest. It has to be existing inside your inventory in here. Another neat feature is the tool switch. So if we go back to our menu, the Tweakeroo menu, we can go to tweak tool switch. So depending what your target block is, this requires a pickaxe, this requires a shovel, this requires an axe, and I have an axe and a shovel in my inventory. What this will do is this will automatically switch between the tools based off of what you're targeting. So right here, pickaxe, shovel, you can see them switch back and forth. I'm not toggling those myself. Tweakeroo is doing that for me. This is a great feature if you're going through an area and tearing stuff down and you don't want to keep toggling between the different tool types. It's very easy to use. You just toggle it on. So here's something you may have seen us do on the SMP on one of our live streams. It is placing a block down with your offhand and then hitting it with your pickaxe, fortune pickaxe. But what we can do is we can do hold attack and hold use. I have those set to left and right bracket, so I can have my hold use turned on and hold attack turned on. Now, right now, my hands are off my keyboard. So I can have these doing this all by itself. So if I have a lot of stacks of diamonds to go through, I can have this running by itself. There is another option on Tweakeroo called FreeCam. I'm going to show you how that works. So FreeCam, just say I can't really see up here where this comparator, so this comparator here goes into a block. There's redstone that runs on top. And instead of building scaffolding to make sure that's there, I can go to FreeCam, move my camera up there. My character's still here. I can just make sure that's there. Nothing broke. This saves me a little bit of time at having to build and break things. It's just I can move my camera over and I can see what's going on and put my camera back. Now the camera, FreeCam, only sees how far your character can load things. So if I went to FreeCam and tried going super far over here, my character does not load this stuff. So my character's render distance is the farthest this camera can see. If there was another player over here and they had this area loaded, that doesn't necessarily mean that I can see over here. It's based off of my character's render distance. So it's a good tool to use. And people ask the question if you can use this to do X-raying. No, you cannot use this to X-ray. So you can go and see open spaces. Like this is an open space right here. Everything my camera's floating through right now is solid blocks. So if there was ancient debris up here, I can't see it. If I was in the overworld and there was diamonds here, I couldn't see them unless they were exposed to air, like in this hallway right here, or in this place right here. But as you've seen on our previous episodes, we have plenty of diamonds, we have plenty of ancient debris. We're not worried about that. It's not even a big deal to us because of the machines we've built to do. And one of my final favorites I'll be going over in this video is the zoom feature. Zoom. So if you've ever used Optifine before, you have the zoom feature. You can zoom and scroll in, scroll out. I have mine bound to my C key. It's a very good feature to have. Those are the main ones I use. All right, everyone. Those are the main features I use. As you can see, there is a huge list of tweaks and yeets you can put in here. Oh, there's one thing I also forgot to mention. Particles. I disabled particles through Tweakeroo. I don't have particles turned on at all. So it keeps everything pretty clean looking. I also disabled boss fog and nether fog. As you can see, there's no nether fog around me. It's pretty clear in the nether. So like I said, there are a lot of features that you can go over and you can either tweak or yeet. And I recommend trying them all and see which ones you like. Some of them you will find very useful. Some of them you'll be like, not so much. But that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Until next time, happy Minecrafting, and we'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.